A cordial greeting. Today is Tuesday, October 15, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia, and in this video, I will be updating the forecast related to Invest 94. During last night, models project that it could pass closer to the Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico, but they also show a weaker system, which means that the chances of cyclonic development seem to have decreased over the last 24 hours. However, it is still important for residents of the islands north of the Lesser Antilles, the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, the Turks and Caicos Islands, and the southern Bahamas to remain attentive to the evolution of this system, as it could bring significant rain events over the weekend and early next week. Although global models are now less aggressive with its possible development, the National Hurricane Center still maintains a 60% chance of cyclonic development over the next 7 days. This is based on the 2 a.m. tropical outlook, though chances may slightly decrease by the 8 a.m. update. We'll keep an eye on what the National Hurricane Center says. On another note, I wanted to briefly mention that chances of development in the area east of Nicaragua and north of Honduras have increased to 30%, where a tropical depression could develop in the coming days before moving between Belize and the southern Yucatan Peninsula. For more details on this forecast, I invite you to watch a video I recorded last night. I will update this forecast again this afternoon. Now, let's focus on the area where Invest 94 is located. Over the past 12 hours, it has generated strong thunderstorms, although they remain displaced to the northwest of the circulation, due to wind shear affecting the system from the southeast. Additionally, atmospheric conditions in this area are not very favorable for cyclonic development over the next 3 days, mainly due to the large amount of dry air surrounding this disturbance, which will prevent significant development until at least Thursday or Friday. As it approaches the Caribbean Sea, it may encounter better conditions for development and strengthening. One of the most important changes we saw last night is that trajectory models now show a path closer to the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, but they still project it passing about 50 to 75 miles north of the region, close enough to bring significant showers this weekend. After that, models project it crossing over the Dominican Republic and Haiti between next Sunday and Monday. There is still uncertainty about its future intensity, with some models showing it as a weak tropical storm when passing near Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, while others predict a stronger tropical storm or even a Category 1 hurricane. At this point, since we don't yet have the formation of a tropical cyclone, it is difficult to precisely forecast its intensity when passing near the northeastern Caribbean. However, the good news is that global models are now showing a much weaker system compared to yesterday. For example, the GFS model now shows Invest 94 as a tropical wave passing north of Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and the Virgin Islands, and then heading toward the Dominican Republic. In fact, in the latest run, it doesn't even develop into a tropical depression, which is a significant change from yesterday, when it was showing a strong tropical storm or hurricane passing through the region. This trend is favorable, but it could continue to change over the coming days. We also have the European model, which shows the system as a strong tropical wave passing north of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, and it may not develop into a tropical depression until Sunday, near or over the Turks and Caicos Islands. In this projection, the disturbance moves eventually over the southern Bahamas and then heads northeast into the Atlantic. The European model keeps the disturbance north of the Dominican Republic and Haiti, which would be the best scenario for these countries. We also have the German model, which shows a tropical depression forming about 200 miles northeast of the Caribbean by Thursday night or Friday morning, keeping a path away from Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and the Dominican Republic, but strengthening as it approaches the Turks and Caicos Islands. On the other hand, the UK model does develop a tropical depression just northeast of Puerto Rico, with a path eventually crossing over Haiti and eastern Cuba. We have different scenarios, and this is completely normal when systems are in the process of development. We will need to wait a few more days to know the exact path over the weekend and what intensity it might have when passing near or over areas of the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Cuba, the Turks and Caicos Islands, or the southern Bahamas. There is still a lot of uncertainty in the long term, and here at Hurricane Info, we will be monitoring the changes in projections. Let's hope the trend toward a weaker system continues. In fact, see the GFS model ensemble, where only 3 of the members develop a tropical storm, indicating that the chances of development have decreased today, at least in the American model's projections. However, we still have many members of the European model developing a tropical depression or storm as it passes just north of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. That's why it's important to stay alert and see if today's models achieve a better consensus on how strong it will be when it reaches the Caribbean. Regardless of whether or not it develops into a cyclone, a rainy weekend is expected for the islands north of the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic. For the northern Lesser Antilles, The Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico, between 2 to 4 inches of rain is projected from Friday through Sunday. For parts of the Dominican Republic and Haiti, particularly the northern area, 100 to 150 millimeters of rain could fall over the weekend. Also, for the southern Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands, between 100 to 125 millimeters of rain could accumulate between Saturday and Tuesday. Well, that's all I have for this forecast update. I'll record a new video this afternoon or evening to talk about any changes in the forecasts for Invest 94 and the area east of Nicaragua and north of Honduras. To make sure you don't miss this content, it's important that you subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to click the bell to receive notifications when I post new videos. With that, I say goodbye. I hope you all have an excellent Tuesday. Goodbye.